Force yourself to be consistent. Introduction: success is not about talent, luck, or intelligence. It's about consistency. The people who achieve greatness in life are not always the smartest or the most gifted. They are the ones who show up every single day, put in the work, and refuse to quit. If you've ever struggled to stay consistent with your goals, routines, or habits, this book will change the way you approach success forever. Most people start strong but lose momentum. They get excited about a new goal, make a plan, and take action, only to give up after a few weeks. Why? Because consistency requires discipline, and discipline is hard. But here's the truth. If you can force yourself to be consistent, you can achieve anything. This book is designed to help you do just that. You will learn how to break through resistance, eliminate distractions, build an unshakable mindset, and stay on track even when motivation fades. You'll discover practical strategies to train your mind, push through the toughest days, and make consistency a natural part of who you are. No matter what your goal is, building a business, improving your health, mastering a skill, or creating financial freedom, this book will give you the tools to stay consistent until success becomes inevitable. The moment you commit to consistency is the moment your life begins to change. Are you ready to force yourself to be consistent and unlock your full potential? Let's get started. Chapter 1. The Power of Consistency. Success is not built overnight. It is the result of small, repeated actions over time. Whether you want to build wealth, get in shape, master a skill, or create a meaningful life, consistency is the secret ingredient. The problem is that most people focus on short-term bursts of effort instead of long-term commitment. They start with enthusiasm, but when results don't appear instantly, they give up. The truth is, success is not about how intensely you work for a few days. It's about how persistently you work for months and years. Consider the power of compounding. If you improve just 1% every day, you won't notice much change at first. But over time, that small daily improvement multiplies, leading to massive transformation. This principle applies to every area of life: wealth, health, relationships, and skills. Look at top performers in any field. The best athletes, entrepreneurs, and artists didn't become great by practicing once in a while. They committed to daily, consistent effort, even when they didn't feel like it. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with consistency is that they rely too much on motivation. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like waves. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you will never be consistent. The key is to develop discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It means showing up every day, no matter what. The moment you stop depending on motivation and start depending on discipline, everything changes. Another important shift is to focus on the process rather than the outcome. Too many people get discouraged when they don't see immediate results. They go to the gym for a week, don't see major changes, and quit. They start a business, don't make money right away, and give up. Instead of obsessing over quick results, successful people commit to the process. They understand that results take time, and that consistency is what separates winners from quitters. The way you structure your daily habits determines your future. Every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. If you consistently make small, positive choices, they will compound into success. If you constantly make excuses or procrastinate, those small bad choices will compound into failure. The good news is that consistency is a skill, and like any skill, it can be developed. The more you practice consistency, the easier it becomes. The secret to mastering consistency is to remove decision making from the equation. When something becomes a habit, you don't have to think about it. You just do it. This is why routines are so powerful. If you wake up at the same time, exercise at the same time, and work on your goals at the same time every day, consistency becomes effortless. Instead of relying on willpower, you create an environment that makes success automatic. Consistency is the foundation of all achievement. If you can force yourself to be consistent, there is no limit to what you can accomplish. This book will teach you how to develop unshakable consistency, eliminate excuses, and make discipline a way of life. Remember, it's not about doing something perfectly. It's about doing it consistently. The people who win in life are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who never stop showing up. Chapter 2. Overcoming resistance and excuses. Every time you set a goal or try to improve your life, resistance will show up. It can appear as procrastination, self-doubt, distractions, or even fear. The truth is, resistance is not a sign that you should stop. It's a sign that you're growing. Every successful person has battled resistance and learned how to push through it. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is simple. Successful people take action, despite the resistance, while others let it control them. One of the biggest obstacles to consistency is the habit of making excuses. People tell themselves they don't have time, they're too tired, or they'll start tomorrow. But excuses are just lies we tell ourselves to stay in our comfort zone. The reality is, you will never have the perfect conditions to start. There will always be challenges, distractions, and reasons to delay. The people who succeed are not the ones who have more time or fewer problems. They are the ones who take action regardless of their circumstances. To overcome resistance, you need to stop negotiating with yourself. The moment you start debating whether you should work out, start a task, or wake up early, you've already lost. Highly consistent people don't give themselves a choice. They commit and take action without overthinking. Instead of saying, "I'll try to do this today," say, "I will do this no matter what." The more you train your mind to take action without hesitation, the easier it becomes to stay consistent. Another powerful strategy is to shift your focus from feelings to commitment. If you only take action when you feel like it, you will never be consistent. Feelings are unreliable. They change based on mood, environment, and circumstances. Instead, operate from commitment. Decide that your actions are non-negotiable, no matter how you feel. This is how professional athletes train every day, how successful entrepreneurs work through challenges, and how the most disciplined individuals stay on track. One of the most common excuses people make is, "I don't have time." But time is never the real issue. Priorities are. Everyone has 24 hours in a day, and how you use those hours determines your success. The key is to eliminate distractions and focus on what truly matters. Track your time for a few days, and you'll quickly see where your time is being wasted, whether it's social media, TV, or meaningless tasks. Once you become aware of your time-wasting habits, you can replace them with productive actions that move you closer to your goals. Another mental trick to beat resistance is to reduce the starting effort. If a task feels overwhelming, your brain will resist it. The solution: make it so easy that you can't say no. If you don't feel like exercising, commit to just 5 minutes. If you don't feel like writing, start with one sentence. Most of the time, once you start, momentum takes over, and you end up doing far more than you expected. The hardest part is always beginning, so make starting as easy as possible. The key to consistency is self-discipline and mental toughness. Every time you overcome resistance and refuse to make excuses, you strengthen your ability to stay consistent. Success is not about avoiding obstacles. It's about learning to push through them. If you commit to taking action, even on your worst days, nothing can stop you. Remember, resistance is temporary, but the results of consistency last a lifetime. Chapter 3. Building an unshakable routine. Your routine is the foundation of your success. What you do every day determines your future. Most people rely on motivation to take action, but motivation is unreliable. It fades quickly. The real key to consistency is creating a structured routine that keeps you on track, even when you don't feel like it. When you have a routine in place, you eliminate the need for willpower and make success automatic. The first step to building an unshakable routine is to design a morning ritual that sets the tone for your day. The way you start your morning determines your focus, energy, and productivity. Successful people don't wake up and scroll through social media or hit the snooze button. They have intentional habits like exercise, reading, journaling, or goal setting. A strong morning routine puts you in control of your day before distractions and obligations take over. Another critical part of consistency is time. Blocking your priorities. If something is important, it needs to be scheduled. Instead of saying, "I'll do it when I have time," set a fixed time for it. Whether it's working out, writing, or learning a new skill, block time for it like an important appointment. When you schedule your priorities, you eliminate excuses and make consistency effortless. Your environment also plays a huge role in staying consistent. If your surroundings are filled with distractions, it will be hard to stick to your routine. Design your environment to support your habits. If you want to work out every morning, set out your workout clothes the night before. If you want to read more, place books where you can see them. Small environmental changes can have a massive impact on your ability to stay consistent. The key to maintaining a routine is reducing friction. The easier it is to start a habit, the more likely you'll stick with it. If something feels overwhelming, break it down into smaller steps. For example, if your goal is to exercise daily, start with just 10 minutes. If you want to write every day, start with one sentence. The hardest part is getting started. Once you begin, momentum takes over, and it becomes easier to continue. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to do too much at once. They attempt to change their entire routine overnight, which leads to burnout. Instead, focus on one or two key habits at a time. Master those before adding more. Consistency is about sustainability. Small, daily improvements lead to massive results over time. Ultimately, an unshakable routine is built on discipline, structure, and intentional habits. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. The more you stick to your routine, the more automatic it becomes. Over time, what once felt like effort will become second nature. Your routine should not be a struggle. It should be a system that makes success inevitable. Chapter 4. How to stay disciplined every day. Discipline is the bridge between setting a goal and achieving it. It is not about being naturally strong, willed, or having superhuman focus. It is about training yourself to take action, no matter how you feel. The people who succeed in life are not necessarily the most talented or intelligent. They are the ones who consistently show up, even on their worst days. Discipline is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. One of the biggest myths about discipline is that it requires motivation. In reality, motivation is unreliable because it comes and goes. If you depend on motivation, you will only take action when you feel inspired, which is inconsistent and ineffective. True discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. The more you push yourself to take action despite your emotions, the stronger your discipline becomes. To build daily discipline, start by removing unnecessary decisions from your life. Every time you hesitate or debate whether to take action, you waste mental energy. Instead of deciding every morning whether to work out, create a non-negotiable schedule. Instead of debating whether to work on your goals, make it an automatic part of your daily routine. The fewer choices you have to make, the easier it becomes to stay disciplined. Another key to discipline is mastering self-control. This means resisting distractions, delaying gratification, and focusing on what truly matters. The world is full of temptations that pull you away from your goals. Social media, entertainment, unhealthy habits. Every time you give in to distractions, you weaken your ability to stay disciplined. To strengthen your self-control, eliminate distractions before they happen. If your phone is a distraction, put it in another room while working. If junk food tempts you, don't keep it in your house. Self-discipline is not about resisting temptation. It's about removing it from your environment. Consistency also plays a huge role in discipline. The more you repeat an action, the easier it becomes. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. If you push yourself to be disciplined every day, it eventually becomes second nature. But if you constantly make excuses, you weaken your self-control and make discipline harder. Start small. Build momentum, and discipline will become part of who you are. One of the most effective ways to stay disciplined is to remind yourself why you are doing something. When things get hard, reconnect with your purpose. Are you working out to improve your health and confidence? Are you building a business to create financial freedom? Are you developing new skills to improve your future? A strong why keeps you going when discipline feels difficult. When you feel like giving up, remind yourself of the long-term benefits and the pain of staying the same. At the core of daily discipline is this simple truth: your success depends on what you do consistently, not what you do occasionally. If you can force yourself to take action every day, even in small ways, you will separate yourself from 99% of people who quit when things get hard. Success is not about doing extraordinary things. It's about doing ordinary things consistently, with discipline, until the results become extraordinary. Chapter 5: Eliminating Distractions and Staying Focused in Today's World. Distractions are everywhere. Social media, emails, notifications, and endless entertainment are constantly pulling your attention away from what truly matters. If you don't take control of your focus, your goals will always be at the mercy of distractions. The key to success is not just working hard. It's working with intense focus. Those who master the ability to concentrate deeply achieve more in a few hours than most people do in an entire day. The first step to eliminating distractions is identifying what is stealing your time and energy. Most people don't realize how much time they waste on unimportant activities. Track your day for a week and write down every time you get distracted. Whether it's checking your phone, scrolling through social media, or getting caught up in unproductive conversations. Once you identify your biggest distractions, you can take steps to eliminate them. One of the most powerful ways to stay focused is creating a distraction-free environment. If you work in a cluttered space filled with noise and interruptions, your mind will struggle to concentrate. Organize your workspace, remove unnecessary items, and create a setting that encourages deep work. If your phone is a major distraction, put it in another room or use apps that block notifications. The fewer temptations around you, the easier it becomes to focus. Another key to avoiding distractions is time blocking your deep work. Instead of working in a scattered way, set specific time blocks for important tasks. For example, dedicate 90 minutes to focused work without interruptions. Then take a short break. This method, known as the Pomodoro technique, helps you work with high intensity while preventing burnout. When you commit to working in structured blocks of time, you train your brain to focus deeply. Your ability to stay focused also depends on how you manage your energy. If you are constantly tired or mentally drained, distractions will feel irresistible. Take care of your body by getting enough sleep, eating well, and exercising regularly. Also, protect your mental energy by limiting exposure to negative news, toxic people, and unnecessary stress. A clear, energized mind is far more resistant to distractions. One of the biggest focus killers is multitasking. Many people believe they are being productive when they juggle multiple tasks at once. But in reality, multitasking reduces efficiency and lowers the quality of work. Instead of trying to do everything at once, focus on one task at a time with complete attention. This single tasking approach allows you to get things done faster and with greater accuracy. Finally, remind yourself daily of why focus matters. Every time you let distractions take over, you delay your progress and waste valuable time that could be used to build your dreams. Train yourself to say no to anything that does not align with your goals. Protect your focus like your life depends on it, because in many ways it does. The ability to concentrate deeply is a superpower in a world full of distractions, and those who master it will always stay ahead. Chapter 6: Mastering your mindset for long-term success. Success is not just about skills, hard work, or external strategies. It starts in your mind. Your mindset determines how you respond to challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. People with a weak mindset give up when things get tough, while those with a strong mindset push forward no matter what. If you want to be consistent and successful in the long run, you must master your mindset and train yourself to think like a winner. One of the most powerful mindset shifts is moving from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. A fixed mindset makes you believe that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are set in stone, leading to fear of failure and avoidance of challenges. A growth mindset, on the other hand, makes you believe that you can improve through effort, learning, and persistence. When you adopt a growth mindset, failure becomes feedback, obstacles become opportunities, and setbacks become stepping stones to success. Another key to mastering your mindset is controlling your self-talk. The way you speak to yourself directly affects your confidence and motivation. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "This is too hard," you will start believing it and acting accordingly. Instead, replace negative self-talk with empowering statements. I can do this. I am getting better every day. And challenges make me stronger. Your words shape your reality. So make sure they are working for you, not against you. Emotional control is another crucial part of a strong mindset. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be challenges that test your patience and resilience. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is how they handle their emotions. Instead of reacting impulsively or letting emotions control you, train yourself to stay calm. Analyze situations logically and respond in a way that aligns with your long-term goals. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel in the moment. One of the biggest mindset mistakes people make is seeking instant gratification. Many quit because they don't see immediate results, forgetting that all great achievements take time. The most successful people understand the power of delayed gratification. They are willing to work hard today for rewards that may come months or years later. If you want long-term success, train yourself to enjoy the process and trust that your consistency will pay off. Your environment also plays a huge role in shaping your mindset. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. If you spend time with negative, lazy, or unmotivated people, their mindset will rub off on you. Instead, seek out mentors, books, and communities that encourage personal growth, resilience, and success. A strong support system will help reinforce the mindset you need to stay consistent and committed to your goals. Ultimately, mastering your mindset is about taking full responsibility for your life. Stop making excuses, stop blaming external circumstances, and start focusing on what you can control. The strongest minds don't rely on luck or external validation. They create their own success through relentless consistency, mental discipline, and an unshakable belief in themselves. When you take full control of your mindset, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Chapter 7 Tree. How to force yourself to take action. Taking action is the most important step toward success. Yet it's also the hardest for most people. Many people know what they need to do, but they struggle to do it. They wait for motivation, overthink their plans, or let fear hold them back. The truth is, successful people don't wait until they feel ready. They take action even when they don't feel like it. If you want to achieve anything in life, you must learn to force yourself to take action, no matter what. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes based on your emotions. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you'll always be inconsistent. Instead, shift your mindset from, I need to feel ready, to I need to take action, no matter what. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. The more you act despite your feelings, the stronger your discipline becomes. One of the most effective ways to force yourself to take action is by using the 5-second rule, a concept popularized by Mel Robbins. Whenever you feel hesitation, count down from 5, 3, 2, go. This simple trick interrupts doubt, stops overthinking, and forces you to take immediate action before your brain talks you out of it. It works because it bypasses the part of your mind that creates excuses and makes action automatic. Another powerful strategy is reducing the resistance to action. The more difficult a task seems, the harder it is to start. Make it easier by breaking big tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of thinking, I need to write a book, start with, I need to write one paragraph today. Instead of saying, I need to go to the gym, tell yourself, I just need to put on my workout clothes. Once you take the first step, momentum kicks in, and continuing becomes easier. Accountability is another way to force action. Tell someone about your goal or publicly commit to it. When you know others are watching, you feel a greater sense of responsibility to follow through. If possible, get an accountability partner or join a group where progress is tracked. Deadlines and external pressure can push you to act when you don't feel like it. Your environment also plays a major role in your ability to take action. Remove distractions. Set up your space for productivity and surround yourself with action-oriented people. If your environment makes it easy to procrastinate, you will struggle to stay consistent. Make your workspace inspiring, minimize unnecessary choices, and create routines that make action automatic. Finally, train yourself to act fast. The longer you hesitate, the harder it becomes to move forward. Action builds confidence, while inaction builds doubt. The secret to success is not thinking about it too much. It's doing it. The more you practice forcing yourself to take action, the easier it becomes. Over time, taking action becomes your default, and success becomes inevitable. Chapter 8:2. Dealing with setbacks and failures. No matter how disciplined, consistent, or determined you are, setbacks and failures are inevitable. They are a natural part of growth, not a sign that you should quit. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they handle failure. If you learn to see setbacks as lessons instead of roadblocks, nothing will be able to stop you. The key is to develop a mindset that allows you to push forward, no matter what. The first step in dealing with failure is accepting that it will happen. Many people believe failure means they aren't good enough, but that's a false belief. Every successful person has faced failure, often multiple times. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple. J.K. Rowling was rejected by multiple publishers. What separates them from the rest is that they didn't let failure define them. They used it as fuel to improve. One of the most effective ways to bounce back from failure is to analyze what went wrong without letting emotions take over. Instead of getting frustrated, step back and ask yourself, what mistake did I make? What can I learn from this? How can I adjust my approach to do better next time? This mindset shift turns failure into feedback, allowing you to make better decisions moving forward. When you focus on learning rather than dwelling on mistakes, you turn setbacks into stepping stones. Another crucial strategy is developing emotional resilience. When things go wrong, many people react emotionally. They get discouraged, angry, or give up completely. But setbacks only have power over you if you let them. Train yourself to stay calm, control your emotions, and respond logically. The faster you recover from disappointment, the faster you can get back on track. It's also important to separate failure from identity. Just because you failed at something doesn't mean you are a failure. Too many people make their mistakes personal, believing they aren't capable or worthy of success. Instead, see failure as a temporary experience, not a reflection of your worth. Your failures do not define you. Your ability to rise after them does. One powerful way to overcome setbacks is by reframing them as necessary steps towards success. Think of failure as part of the process, not an obstacle. Every challenge you overcome makes you stronger, smarter, and more prepared for future success. The people who succeed are the ones who keep going, no matter how many times they fall. Resilience is the key to long-term consistency. Finally, remind yourself that every failure brings you closer to success. Every time you push through a setback, you build confidence in your ability to handle challenges. Over time, setbacks won't shake you as much because you'll know they are temporary. Your greatest success will come from your ability to keep going when others would quit. Keep moving forward, and eventually, success will be the only option left. Chapter 9. True. The role of habits in consistency. Consistency is not about willpower or motivation. It's about habits. The most successful people in the world don't rely on how they feel to take action. They create habits that make success automatic. If you want to stay consistent, you must design daily habits that support your goals and eliminate the ones that hold you back. Your habits shape your future more than anything else. The first step to building powerful habits is understanding how they work. Every habit follows a cue, routine, and reward cycle. The cue is what triggers the habit. The routine is the action you take, and the reward is what reinforces the behavior. For example, if you check your phone first thing in the morning, the cue might be waking up. The routine is opening social media, and the reward is the dopamine rush from notifications. To create good habits, you must set up the right cues and rewards. One of the best ways to build strong habits is habit stacking. This means attaching a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you want to start reading daily, link it to a habit you already do, like drinking coffee. Tell yourself, after I drink my coffee, I will read for 10 minutes. Because your brain already recognizes the first habit, it's easier to add a new one. Over time, the new habit becomes automatic. Another key to consistency is making habits easy to start. Many people fail to stay consistent because they set unrealistic expectations. If you try to go from zero to working out for an hour every day, you will burn out. Instead, start small. Commit to just 5 minutes a day. Once you master that, increase the time. Small habits done consistently lead to massive results over time. Eliminating bad habits is just as important as building good ones. Your environment plays a major role in shaping your habits. If you keep junk food in your house, you'll eat it. If your phone is next to you while working, you'll check it. The easiest way to break bad habits is to make them inconvenient. Remove temptations and set up your space to support the behaviors you want to develop. Accountability also helps reinforce good habits. When you tell someone about your habit goal, you create external pressure to follow through. Joining a group, finding an accountability partner, or tracking your progress can help keep you on track. Consistency becomes easier when you know someone is expecting you to show up. Ultimately, your habits determine your future. Every small decision you make daily either brings you closer to success or further away from it. Successful people aren't more talented or lucky. They just have better habits. If you want to be consistent, focus on developing the right habits, and over time, they will take you exactly where you want to go. Chapter 10. True. Leveraging accountability and support systems. One of the most powerful ways to stay consistent is by using accountability and support systems. When you rely only on yourself, it's easy to make excuses, get distracted, or lose motivation. However, when you involve others in your journey, you create external pressure to follow through. Successful people don't achieve their goals alone. They build a system that keeps them accountable. Accountability works because it adds a layer of responsibility. When you tell someone about your goal, You're no longer just letting yourself down if you quit. You're letting them down too. This psychological pressure makes you more likely to stay consistent. You don't want to appear unreliable or like someone who doesn't follow through on their commitments. That's why publicly committing to a goal, whether to a friend, mentor, or online community, increases your chances of success. A great way to implement accountability is by finding an accountability partner. This is someone who has similar goals and will check in on your progress. You can set up weekly calls, daily text check-ins, or even work together. When you know someone is watching, you're more likely to stay on track. Choose someone who will push you, not someone who will let you off the hook. Another effective method is joining a group or community. Whether it's a mastermind group, a fitness class, or an online forum, being part of a group of like-minded individuals creates a sense of belonging and motivation. Seeing others succeed will inspire you to keep going, and when you struggle, you'll have people to encourage you. A strong support system makes consistency easier because you're surrounded by people who share your mindset and values. Technology can also be used for accountability. Apps that track habits, deadlines, or progress can help keep you on course. For example, fitness apps track workouts, writing apps track word counts, and financial apps monitor spending. When you see your progress visually, it reinforces the habit and motivates you to continue. Additionally, some apps allow you to share your progress with others, further increasing accountability. Mentors and coaches are another form of accountability. A mentor is someone who has already achieved what you want, and a coach is someone who helps you stay on track. Investing in mentorship or coaching can accelerate your growth because you receive guidance, encouragement, and constructive criticism. When you have someone to report to, you're far less likely to give up. In the end, consistency becomes easier when you build a strong accountability and support system. The right people and tools will push you forward when you feel like giving up. Surround yourself with those who want to see you win, and you'll naturally stay on the path to success. When you make accountability a priority, success is no longer a possibility. It becomes inevitable. Chapter 11: Pushing Through the Hardest Days. No matter how committed you are, there will be days when you feel exhausted, unmotivated, and ready to give up. These hard days are the real test of your consistency. It's easy to stay on track when you feel inspired. But success comes from what you do when you don't feel like showing up. The people who achieve great things aren't the ones who never struggle. They're the ones who push through, no matter what. The first step in overcoming difficult days is acknowledging your emotions without letting them control your actions. You might feel tired, frustrated, or overwhelmed, but those feelings don't have to dictate your behavior. Separate your emotions from your commitment. Instead of saying, "I don't feel like doing this," shift your mindset to, "I will do this no matter how I feel, ba." Feelings are temporary, but your actions create long-term results. One of the best ways to push through tough times is by lowering the resistance. Instead of forcing yourself to complete a full workout, commit to just 5 minutes. Instead of writing 1,000 words, write 100. Momentum is your best friend. Once you start, you'll likely keep going. The key is to show up, even if it's at a smaller scale. Consistency is about staying in motion, not being perfect. Another powerful strategy is reminding yourself why you started. On your hardest days, your mind will try to convince you to quit. This is when you must reconnect with your purpose. What's your bigger goal? What impact will staying consistent have on your future? Keep a list of reasons why your goal matters and read it when you feel like giving up. Your purpose must be stronger than your excuses. Having a pre-set action plan for hard days can also make a huge difference. When you're struggling, decision making becomes harder, and you're more likely to procrastinate. Instead of figuring out what to do in the moment, create a plan in advance. For example, if you don't feel like going to the gym, commit to just stretching. If you don't feel like working, commit to one small task. When you have a go-to-action plan, you eliminate the mental battle and make it easier to stay consistent. It's also important to practice self-compassion without making excuses. Being disciplined doesn't mean being hard on yourself. It's okay to struggle, but it's not okay to quit. If you need rest, take a break, but be intentional about it. Set a time limit for your break and get back on track afterward. The goal is to rest, not to quit. In the end, your ability to push through the hardest days is what separates you from the average. Every time you overcome resistance, you build mental toughness. Success isn't about how you perform when everything is easy. It's about how you respond when things get tough. When you refuse to quit, you prove to yourself that you're unstoppable. And once you develop that mindset, nothing can hold you back. Chapter 20: Becoming a Consistency Machine for Life. Consistency is not just a short-term strategy. It's a lifelong commitment. The people who achieve extraordinary success aren't the most talented or the luckiest. They're the ones who stay consistent no matter what. If you want lasting results, you must make consistency part of your identity. It's not about forcing yourself to be disciplined for a few months. It's about becoming the type of person who shows up every single day, without excuses. The first step to becoming a consistency machine is shifting your mindset. Instead of seeing consistency as something you try to do, make it non-negotiable. Remove the option to quit. When you decide that showing up is not a choice, but a requirement, everything changes. You no longer rely on motivation. You rely on your commitment. Winners don't wait for the right moment. They create it. Next, build systems that make consistency automatic. Your environment, routines, and habits should all support your goals. If you want to work out daily, set out your gym clothes the night before. If you want to read more, put a book where you'll see it. Don't rely on willpower. Design your life in a way that makes success inevitable. The easier it is to take action, the more consistent you'll be. Another key is tracking your progress. What gets measured gets improved. Keep a simple habit tracker, a journal, or a checklist to visually see your streaks. The more you track your consistency, the more motivated you'll be to keep going. Even small progress adds up over time, and tracking reinforces your momentum. To maintain consistency for life, embrace the process over the outcome. Most people quit because they obsess over results instead of focusing on the work. Detach from instant gratification and fall in love with the journey. If you focus on showing up every day, the results will take care of themselves. Success is just the natural byproduct of long-term consistency. Surrounding yourself with the right people is also essential. Stay close to those who encourage growth and distance yourself from negativity. Being around disciplined, high-performing individuals will keep you on track. If you want to be great, learn from those who have mastered consistency. In the end, becoming a consistency machine for life means making discipline part of who you are. You are no longer someone who tries to be consistent. You are consistent. You take action even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when no one is watching. Once consistency becomes your identity, nothing can stop you from reaching any goal you set. Conclusion. The power of relentless consistency. Consistency is the ultimate key to success in any area of life. It is not talent, luck, or intelligence that separates the successful from the average. It is the ability to show up, day after day, no matter what. Throughout this book, you've learned that staying consistent is not about motivation, but about building habits, mastering your mindset, eliminating distractions, and pushing through the hardest days. If you've made it this far, you now understand that consistency is a choice. It's not something that happens to you. It's something you create through discipline, structure, and unwavering commitment. The people who achieve greatness are not those who work hard occasionally, but those who work with intention every single day, even when it's inconvenient. You now have the tools to make consistency effortless. You know how to set clear goals, create systems, build strong habits, leverage accountability, and develop a mindset that refuses to quit. The next step is simple: take action. Reading this book alone won't change your life, but applying what you've learned will. The real transformation happens when you take what you now know and make it a permanent part of your daily routine. There will be challenges along the way. You will face setbacks, distractions, and moments of doubt. But remember, consistency is about persistence, not perfection. The key is to keep going, no matter what. Even if you stumble, get back up and keep moving forward. Winners are not those who never fail. They are those who never quit. Success is not a one-time event. It is the result of repeated, disciplined action over time. If you commit to consistency, your results will compound, and your life will transform in ways you never imagined. The greatest achievements come to those who refuse to give up, who take action every day, and who build a mindset that welcomes challenges instead of fearing them. Now it's time to make the decision. Will you be someone who takes action or someone who waits for the perfect moment? The truth is, there is no perfect moment. The only moment you have is now. Start today, stay consistent, and watch as you become unstoppable. This is your journey, and consistency is the vehicle that will take you wherever you want to go. Make the commitment, take action, and build the life you deserve. Your future is in your hands. So go make it happen.